Let's see what we have here. Night Guard from Vakje, probably to counter the Moon that George has. I believe George has Moon, which is the ultimate deep one counter. Also, I think it's one of the OP cards, overpowered cards in the game. Nice roots. But look at that, one Gladiatrix and one Moon just does so much damage to the deep one. And oh, that was a close eruption. 1 health in the deep one, but he gets away just fine. And look, Vakje is probably gonna swap the Moon. That's what I do. Yes, 1 Moon swapped. That's good. Now get the Moon out of there so that it's still alive by the end of this entire thing. Oh no, Enforcer, get out of there! Ooh, this Moon is gonna die, I think. Yep. That's a real shame, because if Vakje got the Moon, then George would lose one of his counters to deep one. And the Moon is unbound power since he swapped it. But as you can see, one Wildfire does so much damage to deep ones. I mean, the deep ones can move out of it, but the damage has already been done. And Wildfire only costs 80 power. Gladiatrix also do pretty good damage to deep ones, 880 L damage, but actually it's a pretty good deal. Anyway, George going for an assault. He hasn't used Fire Dancers yet, which I'm a little surprised. Maybe he just wants to use, maybe he just can't find a good spot. But Fire Dancers would be pretty good in this map because it would apply pressure to Vakje to try to stop them. So let's see, another Moon hopefully. Oh, nice Wildfire, and then 2 Enforcers take out one take out Nightcrawler, and they start beating on the deep one. 1 life weaving on the deep one, and George retreats. Yeah, here is the beginnings of the buffed deep one, and Enforcer doesn't manage to get any damage on the Night Guard. Vakje gonna retreat, let his deep one heal a bit. Let's see how much power they have. Still about the same. They are exactly equal in power. The George summons a Gladiatrix to take this well over here so that he can prepare for his T2. Vakje sees this and copies. This is a pretty standard tactic in PvP. When your opponent gets a power well, you just get your own power well to maintain power parity.
Enforcer here.
Anyway, as you can see, the the Gladiatrix does pretty good damage to the deep one. And oh, one's life weaving down, so this is not good. But this is the other thing that Purifier should always have to defeat buff units. The purple version of Disenchant, which makes units unable to be buffed anymore, which basically counters the shadow buffs pretty nicely. It looks to me like Vakje is actually going to take down this well. Yeah, it does look like it. 1 well down. Well, this is not good for George. He just lost the well. Vakje manages to use his buff deep ones to pretty good effect. I think George should have used his Moon a little earlier rather than rely on Gladiatrix Disenchant. Anyway, George builds a rallying banner. I think he means business now. He might be sending Fire Dancers to take down this well in a very short amount of time. I wouldn't be surprised if he did that. But first, 1 Enforcer to take down the Nightcrawler, buffs the Nightcrawler. But the thing is, the frenzy is about to run out on the Nightcrawler, so George is going to go for a straight up assault on this well. 1 Wildfire to take down the Nightcrawler. Frenzying the Nightcrawler, good, get some damage on the thing. And if George just keeps attacking this power well, there's not much Vakje can do because he just used up his Oink already, and they're just pretty much right next to the base. 1 Aura of Corruption from Vakje, but too little, too late. Vakje does have, I think Vakje actually did have a ton of power, but he just didn't use it for that entire time, so he just loses the well due to, I don't know, carelessness. When you see 2 Enforcers and a Moon right outside your base, I think it's depending on how much power you have, Aura of Corruption might be a good choice. Anyway, Vakje going for the deep one. He doesn't go for the monument because he thinks he can't kill it in time, but he's just gonna go straight for the well. He's probably gonna buff it. Yeah, he's probably gonna buff it. But that won't work because even if he does buff it, the Disenchant's gonna go straight down, power efficient, and Moon's gonna kill the deep one really, really, really fast. 1 Gladiatrix. Vakje, not enough. He does have enough power to heal, but decides not to save it because, you know, 1 Moon and 1 Gladiatrix around your deep one. With 1 health left, you don't want to. I think it's more efficient to just do the deep one, come back to fight another day. Vakje has 200 power, George has only 97 power, so Vakje could go for T3, and he does. In fact, he gets to grab the Night Guard here. Night Guard, you know, it's a good unit. So far, George has been pretty good in not using Skyfire Drakes, but Night Guard can still steal the Moon. It is pretty much the only other thing that is power efficient in stealing, and nice Aura of Corruption that should take out. Oh, very bad. He summoned the deep one way too early. Fire Dancers are gonna take down the monument. the Aura of Corruption didn't work on the Fire Dancers because he summoned it way too early.
Enforcer
Vakje is in big trouble now. George has countered his Deep 1 Assault, his buff Deep 1 Assault, using a combination of Gladiatrix, Moon, and Disenchant. Though Fire Sworn could have done just as well, I think. Gladiatrix do a little better than Fire Sworn, I'd say, and they're T2 anyway. But, you know, Rallying Banner, Fire Dancers put too much pressure on Vakje, he couldn't cope with it, so I think George just showed Vakje how to play Pure Fire. How he plays Pure Fire. He countered Vakje's Vakje's Deep Ones, and he used Fire Dancers to very good effect. Nice Lava Field sniping the well. As I was saying, countering Deep Ones with a combination of Wildfire, Moon, Gladiatrix, and Disenchant to get rid of buffs. Disenchant, I think, is very essential in Pure Fire decks. And then he basically was very careful to use the small units except for Moon, because otherwise the Vakje's Night Guards could probably steal Skyfire Drakes, and buff Skyfire Drakes are a big problem for Pure Fire to deal with. So pretty good anti-Night Guard play on that, and Night Guards pretty much suck against Enforcers, Lava Field, and things. George has won the game. Vakje's Night Guard ran all the way here to get a well, but that's gonna go down pretty soon. And yeah, so good application of Pure Fire pressure. Fire Dancers are just, they kill a well in about 10 seconds, I think. So unless you better do something about them. And Vakje was yeah, Vakje couldn't handle it. And of course, D1s versus Pure Fire. People say they're overpowered, but as you can see, perfectly counterable. I get really pissed off when people say Deep Ones are overpowered against Pure Fire when you see this kind of play going on, which shows that Deep Ones are in fact that Pure Fire, when played well, can in fact beat Deep Ones, even the buff Deep Ones. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the Pure Fire replay. See y'all next time.